Consider the projects you have done this year. What are some key pieces of knowledge and skills you've learned?
This year we worked a lot with current problems and current issues and how kind of to interpret them and kind of draw solutions through like truth and reconciliation like we did in our last project. Or we also did a lot of looking back on history at revolutions and wars and things like that and relating those aspects of those revolutions to current revolutions that are going on to this day and kind of trying to predict how we can solve and really fix current issues and problems to this day. So I think that was very helpful and very good thing to know how to do.
Okay. What skills do you think stand out as useful and important to your life in the future?
I think definitely going into the future of being in the workforce and going to college, technology is definitely going to be a large, prominent prospect in what we do, and it's definitely going to be always going to be around. It's always going to be evolving. So we're always going to have to be able to learn how to do new things since new things are coming up as we speak. But the use of technology, kind of like a basic understanding and kind of like being comfortable with it is definitely a huge thing, as well as working in groups and working and being able to collaborate efficiently is definitely something that I will love to use going forward through study groups in college, or when I get to be working, we'll be in meetings, board meetings with a bunch of people, and I just think being able to collaborate efficiently and being able to just talk to one another and be able to come up with a good solution is definitely a good task I'll be able to know how to do.
Okay. What was your favorite project and why?
My favorite project. I have no idea. Stop.
What was your favorite project and why?
My favorite project this year was when we were assigned a character in history and had to write stump speeches about that character. I think it kind of figured out, we kind of learned about basic and the true fundamentals behind a lot of current topics and current philosophies that we use to this day. I know particularly I was assigned John Smith, and he was one of the first founders of utilitarianism, and I think it was interesting to be able to go back and be in character of someone in the past and write a speech about them and presenting it practice your oral communication and your ability to speak publicly very well, and I thought that was one of my favorite projects. Consider the projects you have done this year. What are some key pieces of knowledge and skills you have learned?
Well, overall, the biggest thing that I've learned in Galileo is probably how to collaborate with others and how to use each other's differences to better each other and work together and listen to other people's ideas to create a really good project. And then specifically in each class, I've learned a lot of different skills from the topics we've done. And in humanities, which is English and history, I've learned a lot. I learned how to do CCQCs last year and then worked on that more this year, and how to write debates, which we did. And I've also learned a lot about World War I and II, which we just worked on, and different revolutions and stuff like that. And in science, I've also really learned a lot that's going to help me take a lot of different science classes that I'm going to take in the future. I'm taking chemistry this year, and a lot of the skills that I learned in science help me with that class to be able to understand the different concepts we were learning, which is really important.
Alright, what things stand out as useful or important?
The biggest skill that stands out to me is how to work with others, because typically I'm a really individual learner, and I like to be able to use my skills and I don't know, it's just easier for me to understand my own mind, but Galileo's really pushed me to work with others and understand what they want to do and how they work. And I think it's really important to learn how others work, because in the future I'm going to be working with a lot of people in college and if I get a job when I'm older and stuff, which is a lot of collaboration, and also the use of technology, because I learn how to make websites and podcasts and all these new things that I didn't know how to do before. So this has been really important to learn how to do a lot of basic things that you need to know how to do for projects in the future and for different assignments that I get.
Alright, what was your favorite project in Galileo and why?
My favorite project was the documentaries we did this year, because I worked with two really interesting people, and one of them was very talented with videotaping and projects like that, and we ended up with a really great project and I was very proud of it. It's probably the best ones I've done in the last 2 years, and we got a lot of great interviews, and it was just, I don't think I've ever worked with a group that well before. So whenever you work with a group and it you have a really good final product, it's really, you feel really good about it. So that was probably my favorite project.
Thanks.